Well, welcome back. You're taking a look at a picture sent into the News 5 Weather Center just around an hour ago from Quinton. Thanks for sending this in. 6 inches of snow in Penrose this morning. And as we take a look at radar estimated snow totals from this storm so far, it's been very much feast or famine with a very intense banding snow setup where we see very intense snow and then no snow right next to it. We'll talk about why in just a minute. But we've seen around 9 inches, generally speaking, along a corridor that's extending through the Springs. There's a report earlier this morning of a foot of snow in southwest Colorado Springs. Generally speaking, though, as you head south towards Pueblo, you've only seen around an inch of snow, but snow is continuing to fall for us right now, so those totals will increase through the rest of the morning. We do have a winter storm warning in effect through 6 p.m. for Colorado Springs down through Pueblo and Rye. This is due to an increase in the amount of snow we're expecting, as well as an increase in the intensity of the snow that is falling compared to yesterday's winter weather advisory that was issued for the same period. Generally speaking, you don't want to travel within the winter storm warning area unless you have to. The winter weather advisories, you should use caution, plan on taking extra time. Note that the winter weather advisories along the eastern plains are for ice, whereas the winter storm warnings and advisories along the corridor are for snow. Now, generally speaking of those roads right now, they are snow covered, both the major roadways and the minor roadways, in particular between the Springs and Pueblo. We're seeing a lot of snow that has fallen in the last couple of hours, so it's particularly treacherous in those areas. So a good morning to sort of relax, maybe spend inside, have a nice breakfast, and wait for the snow to stop falling, and maybe go sledding this afternoon or do other sorts of fun activities once the snow has ended. This is a live look at I-25 and Tejon Street. You can see that even on I-25, they are actively plowing the roads, but there is still enough snow falling that it is not all off of those roadways. So again, use caution if you do have to travel. As we take a look at our Canyon City Skycam right now, we can see snow is falling fairly heavily for you. And in Pueblo, that's not a blank feed, that's actually the visibility we have. Snow is falling very heavily right now in Pueblo. That very heavy snow band that moved through the Springs earlier has now moved south. So Pueblo, you are seeing 1 to 2 inch per hour snowfall rates. And again, that's why we're seeing these winter storm warnings rather than advisories right now, and why the snow totals have gone up. Now, as we take a look at Futurecast, over the next several hours, snow will continue to fall in the Springs and in Monument. It'll come to an end in Denver at around noon, but it'll still be snowing in the Springs. As we head towards the 4 o'clock hour, snow will start to end in the Springs. We'll continue to see a few snow showers, but it'll still be snowing fairly heavily in Rye, Walsenburg, and Westcliff. And as we head towards sunset, that's when a strong frontal boundary is going to push dry air into our area. That's going to end the snow by around 9:45 to 10 p.m. this evening. So overall, in terms of additional accumulations, 2 to 5 inches in the Springs, 3 to 5 in Canyon City, 1 to 2 in Pueblo, and 1 to 3 in Woodland Park. So if you do want to go sledding, I'd say maybe wait till at least noon, ideally 3 p.m., because that's when the snow is going to start wrapping up. Anytime in the next few hours, we're still going to be seeing pretty heavy snow. But notice these temperatures still really, really cold, and that's the other big story right now. Behind this front that's moving through, temperatures are going to be very cold today, tonight, and for tomorrow morning. In fact, tomorrow morning, because of the combination of the snow, the ice, and the cold, driving will be icy, and you'll need to spend a lot of extra time on it. So plan accordingly for your Monday morning commute. Current wind chills, very chilly for us. 17 in Pueblo, 9 in the Springs, 1 in Woodland Park, and in the teens along the eastern plains. And temperatures not much higher, teens to 20s for most of us right now. Highs today not reaching freezing, generally speaking, across the board either. So this snow is not going to be melting today. Overnight lows dropping to 2 degrees in Woodland Park and the single digits along the Front Range corridor. So as we take a look at our Super 7-day forecast here, after the snow ends, the cold moves in, and that's what you're going to see on Sunday evening into Monday morning. But we do start to climb the stairs temperature-wise towards the middle of the week. Temperatures back into the upper 60s with plenty of sunshine by next weekend. If you are going to be trick-or-treating or out Tuesday evening for Halloween, temperatures starting in the low 40s, dropping to freezing, so you're going to need an extra layer for that as well. In Pueblo, temperatures of 29 today, dropping to 10 tonight. Wind chills making it feel closer to 0, but by the end of the week, back into the 70s. So a big time warm up coming your way. Temperatures at 70 as well on Friday in Canyon City. A big time increase from in today. And then in Woodland Park, temperatures back in the 50s by Friday.